The Omen franchise has been a cornerstone of horror cinema since the release of its first installment in 1976. With its tales of Damien Thorn, the Antichrist, and the unsuspecting families entangled in his malevolent web, The Omen has captivated audience for decades. The Omen franchise spans of 5 movies, each adding its chilling chapter to the saga of Damien Thorn. From his enormous birth to his relentless pursuit of power, the series dives into the darkest depths of the supernatural horror. Today I will be going in depth into the entire franchise and ranking from worst to best. One of the most eerie behind the scenes stories of The Omen revolves around the film's casting. Reportedly, several strange incidents occurred during the casting process, leading some to believe the production was cursed. Actor Gregory Peck, who played the lead role of Robert Thorn, narrowly avoided 2 separate disasters. During the film of The Omen, numerous unexplained phenomena were reported on set. Crew members claimed to have witnessed objects moving on their own and strange noises echoing through the soundstage. Some even reported seeing ghostly apparitions adding to the film's already eerie atmosphere. Directed by Richard Donner, the original film introduced us to Damien, the young boy whose very existence heralds in the coming of Armageddon. As his adoptive parents, the Thorn family, grapple with the sinister forces surrounding their son, they uncover a web of conspiracies that leads them to the horrifying truth. Gregory Peck delivers a powerful performance as Robert Thorn, portraying the character's inner turmoil and desperation with depth and sincerity. Lee Remick shines as Katherine Thorn, bringing a sense of vulnerability and terror to her role as she grapples with the sinister forces surrounding her son. Harvey Spencer Stevens, in his debut role as Damien, is eerie convincing as the malevolent child at the center of the story. The Omen explores themes of good versus evil, fate versus free will, and the natural of belief. Through its religious imaginary and symbolism, the film raises thought-provoking questions about faith, destiny, and the existence of evil in the world. Omen is a classic film that sure will leave a lasting impression. The Omen 2, this story picks up 7 years after the event of the first film, with Damien Thorn, played by Jonathan Scott Taylor, now a young boy living with his adoptive parents. As Damien grows older, he begins to realize his true identity and the dark powers that comes with it. Meanwhile, mystery deaths and accidents start to occur around him, leading those close to him to uncover the terrifying truth about his destiny. Jonathan Scott Taylor delivers a compelling performance as Damien, portraying the character's inner conflict and growing with the depth of nuances. William Holden shines as Richard Thorn. Damien's uncle and guardian brings a sense of gravitas to his role as he uncovers the truth about his nephew's sinister nature. Director Don Taylor maintains the eerie atmosphere and tension of the original film while adding his stylistic touches to the sequel. Though the atmospheric lighting and haunting music and suspenseful pacing, he creates a sense of dread and foreboding that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Explores themes of identity, destiny, and the nature of evil through Damien's journey of self-discovery and his struggle to embrace his true nature. The film raises thought-provoking questions about free will and the consequences of one's action. It also dives into the concept of fate and the idea some forces may be beyond human control, adding depth and complexity to its supernatural storyline. This film is a worthy sequel that explains upon the mythology of the original film while delivering its brand of chilling thrills and suspense. Omen 3: The Final Conflict, released in 1981, concludes the chilling saga of Damien Thorn, once again the Antichrist, in this 3rd installment. Directed by Graham Baker, this film explores the ultimate confrontation between Damien and the force of good. Set several years after the events of the previous film, Omen 3 follows Damien Thorn, played by Sam Neill, as he ascends to a position of power within the world of politics and business. Believing himself to be the destined ruler of the world, Damien sets out to fulfill his dark purpose, unaware that a group of monks is actively working throughout his plans. As the prophecy of Armageddon draws near, Damien must confront his destiny and the forces aligned against him in a final battle for the faith of humanity. Sam Neill delivers a commanding performance as Damien Thorn, portraying the character charisma and violence with chilling intensity. Even though the character of Damien did a great job, I believe the storyline to me kind of dragged and it wasn't that solid compared to the other two films. Omen Awakening takes on a different approach, directed by George Matisse. This film follows a young girl named Delia who may be the reincarnation of Damien Thorn. As she grows older, Delia's true nature begins to emerge, leading to a confrontation with those who seek to stop her from fulfilling her destiny. Set several years after the events of the previous film, this film follows the story of Karen York, played by Faye Grant, a young woman who discovers that she is the adopted mother of Delia, a mysterious and seemingly innocent little girl. However, as strange and terrifying events begin to unfold around Delia, Karen comes to realize that her daughter may be connected to the sinister forces of darkness. The story is a little bit similar to the first film. There is nothing that surprised me at all, and it wasn't that interesting. At least should have some type of twist. Other than who Delia is, I really didn't care for this movie, to be honest with you. It had the same exact storyline, and I really thought they was going to do something different since we have a different approach with a new family and a new character. But it seems like they just wanted to keep that same approach like they did with the original film. The 2006 movie Omen, this one is a remake of the original film, directed by John Moore, reintroduced audience to the chilling tale of Damien Thorn once again. While staying true to the essence of the original, this version brings a modern twist to the classic story. With an updated special effects and a fresh cast, the story follows the same basic premises as the original film, with the original film where diplomat Robert Thorn and his wife Katherine, played by Julia Stiles, adopted a young boy named Damien after the death of their child. As Damien grows older, strange and terrifying events begin to occur around him, leading Robert to suspect that his son may be the Antichrist. The remake is not that bad. I like how they did the remake. It pays homage to the original film while offering a fresh new take of the classic tale. With its strong performance, with a great strong direction and thought-provoking themes, it is a compelling addition to the Omen franchise. Whether you are a fan of the original film or simply enjoy a good supernatural horror or a religion horror, this remake is a good movie to watch. Omen franchise inspires so many movies. This is a franchise that I would not revisit, to be honest with you. But I only did it for y'all because I only seen 2 of the movies out the entire franchise, and that is the original and the remake. So I was kind of dreading to watch the rest of the films, but I'm glad I did because I wanted to know if these movies were worth the watch. But like I said, I would not revisit the franchise. I will only revisit the classic film, which is the 1976 one, and maybe the remake as well. But other than that, I wasn't really too fond of it. And now we have a new installment, which is the first Omen that will hit theaters on April the 5th. Very excited for this one as well. I think this is going to be a fresh take onto the franchise. I am definitely looking forward to it. Thank you for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.